Happy Saturday night, y'all. This is DJ Vinyl Vertigo, and I'm in the mood to do a video. So I'm going to do a video talking about some records I've been listening to recently in my busy schedule. Whenever I have a moment's peace, I just kind of pull stuff out and I listen to it and get happy, while I'm washing dishes or while I'm washing dishes, putting the dishwasher together, or cooking dinner or things like that. Putting CDs away, putting records away that I use for my radio show on WMNF, the Thursday Traffic Jam All Souls Edition, on Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 88.5 FM. You can stream it. WMNF are the call numbers, letters, I mean. Anyway, been doing that for years and love doing that. So I'm going to show you a bunch of records that I have been listening to because I've been forcing myself to just listen to records that have been sitting here and not listened to. Because my thing is, if you don't listen to it, you shouldn't keep it. Just, unless they're like your favorite band, you just have to have a collection of that stuff. But so let me just show you what I've been listening to recently, and in no particular order except for the last one, because that's one of my latest, last two I should say, because those are my latest acquisitions. Two or three? Three. Let me just put that in that order. All right. So about 2 weeks ago, I started doing this listening thing, and I played this on my show actually about 2 weeks ago. This one of the songs from this record, Lena Lovitch. Lena Lovitch was a contemporary of Nina Hagen. Not Nana, but Nina Hagen. They were just these great 80s singers in the times of Cyndi Lauper and all that kind of stuff. This is a little bit more underground, a little bit more, more like let me take that back. More like in the realm of like Susie Sue and the Banshees and all that kind of stuff. Some really powerful, strong women. Carolyn Moss was her name. Was one of them. Pearl Harbor. There was some hardcore, really good female vocalists and rock singers in the 80s that maybe some of you don't know or some of you may have forgotten. But Lena Lovitch was great. She was famous for her song from the Timeless record of, I gotta pull it now. Lucky Number. And Nina Hagen also did a German version of Lucky Number, but Lena Lovitch's Lucky Number was incredible. She also was a great saxophone player. She's still alive. What am I saying? She is. Lena Lovitch. This is No Man's Land. This is one of her later records. She did some after this. This is one of her later great records. And this had It's You, Only You on there, Sister Video, and Blue Motel. And some of my favorite songs on this record are Savages, which is what I played on my show a couple weeks ago, and and if I'm not mistaken, this was around the time she had a single called New Toy, which I think is sometimes on an extra track on Flex, and I think it's also sometimes on the CD. The CD of this record, you have New Toy. New Toy is a great song. But I played, Maria's another great song too, Sister Video. But Savages is a really great song on this. And just great arrangements, great saxophone stuff in there. Just a great rhythm section. People on this record are like, Thomas Dolby's on this record. Les Chappelle. That's some incredible. And Lena Lovitch plays saxophone and trumpet on this record as well. So she plays guitar as well on this record. So yeah, if you ever see this, pick it up. It's real cheap heat. You can get this real cheap. I got 2 copies of this. I forgot that I had it and I got it again. Yeah, and I'm keeping both of them because if I ever mess up one, I have another one because I just love Lena Lovitch so much. Um, I picked up this a while back and I never really listened to it. Jackie McLean. Nazi will have my head if I don't take the plastic off. Jackie McLean. And this is a Fickle Sonnets. This is with Tommy Turrentine on trumpet, Jackie McLean on alto, Sonny Clark on piano, Butch Warren on bass, and Billy Higgins on the sticks. And this is really good. I love the cover. I think the cover's great. And this was, let's see, recorded by Rudy Van Gelder, of course. Just really cool on Blue Notes. And this is a reissue, but it's so good. Got about 6 tracks on here, and I love the opening. 5 will get you 10. Just everything on this is so good. It's just a slamming, great 60s jazz piece, just kicking. So definitely, Jack McLean is, goes without saying, he's just so wonderful. So I would definitely check that one out. But I just jammed on this while I was cooking. It made cooking such a pleasurable situation. So good. Next up, again, no particular order. I played this, I think, yesterday. I bought this a couple years ago, never listened to it. I was intrigued by the cover, who was on it. The back cover is not really that descriptive, but this is for the first annual benefit concert for the Congressional Black Caucus. It's an incredible 1974, recorded live 1974, September 25th at Capitol Theater, Largo, Maryland. And the artists on this are War. There's only 5 tracks on this. War, Curtis Mayfield, Kool and the Gang, Gladys Knight and the Pips, and Jimmy Witherspoon. Not a bad track on here. Only 5 tracks and some long ones. Just jam in concert. The sound quality is not the best, but this is history. I mean, this is definitely history, and it's just them being proud of who they are as black people and as artists, and just giving their all for the National Black Caucus, Congressional Black Caucus, excuse me. And this is just history. I mean, I don't care that I would prefer if the sound was better, but I mean, you can hear everything, but there's a lot of hissing and things like that on this. But it's just I'm glad I picked it up. It wasn't that expensive. I never saw this before, so I don't know how many copies are out there in the world. I don't know how popular this was. I never had heard of it before. But let me just give you a close-up of that. Yeah. Really good record. Really great playing. If you have to like live music recorded to really dig this. But also, it's history. That's all I can say. Next I got this a few years ago. Probably I got this at either Walmart or Barnes & Noble. I'm not sure which. But this is a compilation. It was pretty popular when it came out. The best of Philadelphia International Records, the Philly Sound, MFSB and all that. Tom Bell and Gamble and Huff were the guys that put this stuff together, and I wrote a lot of the songs. I think all of the songs that are on this record, Gamble and Huff. But this has the OJ's, Billy Paul, 3 Degrees, Teddy Pendergrass, McFadden Whitehead, The Intruders, Patti LaBelle, Lou Rawls, MFSB, and Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. It's a nice compilation for those who like to have some really great late 70s, I would say late 70s, early 80s, really cool, mostly 70s, I think. This is mostly 70s, late 70s soul, the sophisticated soul sound. This Philly soul sound, exactly. OJ's giving us Backstabbers. I'm just going to go and Love Train. Teddy Pendergrass singing Close the Door. Come on. Ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, I love that song. Harold Melvin, the Blue Notes, singing If You Don't Know Me By Now. Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones. Come on. When Will I See You Again by the Three Degrees. You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine, Lou Rawls. And Sound of Philadelphia, MFSB featuring the Three Degrees. Yeah. Love is the message that I sing you. Yeah, that song. The Sound of Philadelphia, yeah. Really dig this so much. And I'm glad to have this in my collection, even though I have a lot of the stuff on other albums of the individual albums. It's nice to have a little collection of some of the best stuff from them. So if you see this sitting around, pick it up. You'll enjoy it. And the sound is really good on this. They really did a really good job in this comp. And this is Philadelphia International Records and Legacy put this out. So it's not K-Tel or anything like that. Okay, next, my girl. I always post something of hers out every once in a while. I already had this, but I found another copy, and every time I see a copy of this, I just pick it up, because for a while I couldn't find this anywhere, but now you see this everywhere. This is Chaka Khan, and this is a really cool record of hers, and I call this the Scavullo record because it's just called Chaka Khan, but the photograph is done by the famous fashion photographer Scavullo. This is Chaka Khan without Rufus, of course. This has brilliant songs on here. To me, has Tearing It Up was the big hit. There was another big hit that she did a cover, Got to Be There. She does a beautiful version of Got to Be There. But she's got this song Best in the West, which is kind of like a dancey country song. Slow dancing that she does with Rick James, which is fantastic. Then she does like a bebop medley. She always loved to do jazz, and which if you are familiar with Chaka Khan at all, she did actually do a jazz album with a bunch of jazz guys. An album called Echoes of an Era. So she always had that feeling of I want to do jazz. So she always had a little jazz piece on a lot of her albums, at least one little jazz piece. And she did this one that has Hot House, East of Suez, Come On Sailor, Epistrophe, Yardbird Suite, and Kalnama and Giant Steps, all in one medley. And she really does a great job with that. Let's see, she does a song called Twisted on here, which is pretty good. Pass It On is a great dance song. Oh my God, Pass It On, Sure Thing. And So Not to Worry. That's the weakest song, I think, on the record, So Not to Worry. But produced by Arish Madden. And this is really a treasure. Chaka Khan. She's a treasure. She's on tour right now with Gladys Knight, Stephanie Mills, and who else? Patti LaBelle. It's called the Queen's Tour. And they're not coming to Florida. The closest they're coming here is Atlanta. I don't think I'll be able to go. But I've seen, let's see, one, two, I've seen all of them. I've seen Chaka more than about 20 times, but I've seen Gladys Knight once. I've seen Patti LaBelle twice, and I've seen Stephanie Mills a few times as well. So, you know, it's not that I'm going to hurt if I don't get to see them, but I wish they would come to Florida. I'll go see them if they come to Florida. But if they come to your town, it's called the Queen's Tour. Get some tickets, because those women are still blowing hard, and they're not young, but they're killing it still. Chaka Khan, yeah. All right. Now, this is some of the later stuff that I've picked up that I've been finally playing. This was one I got from the recent Record Store Day. Patsy Cline. Patsy Cline. This is called Imagine That, The Lost Recordings, 1954 to 1963. This was my number one get for Record Store Day. I just had to have it. This woman, if she was alive today, she'd probably, she'd probably be working with every young singer out there, because they'd all be crawling to sing with her, because she was a country singer, but she had so much soul and so much jazz in her and blues in her aura, in her musical aura. She just could sing anything. She was so good and such feeling. It wasn't it was just real. She was real. She got down with the guys in country, and she just threw down. She threw down vocally. Just love her, and you know her songs, "Crazy" and "Walking After Midnight" and all that kind of stuff. But this has a lot of um, not outtakes, but a lot of her songs that she did on radio shows and things like that. Stuff that was hidden away and not hadn't seen the light of day. Even has I think has her talking with Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean introduces Patsy Cline, things like that. There's a lot of really stuff that people had never heard before. It's two records, and it's just full of so much great stuff. And it has a booklet inside that has really great photographs of her. She was definitely not a softie. She was a broad, and you could tell from the photographs that she could take care of herself. But vocally, she just knew what to do. Produced and released by Zev Feldman, Dylan Oates, George Hewitt, and Zach Shelby Sisko, and they talked about this. Zev talked about this, I think, when he was talking about the records coming out for Record Store Day, and this is definitely on the top of my list to pick up. I had to get a copy of this, and I'm sure a lot of other people did too, because I don't see these in the store anymore. This is such a good record. I will treasure this. I definitely will treasure this. Next up, I had gotten also the Coal Mine Soul Slabs 4, which has all these great, it's a great compilation of, I wasn't listening to this week, but Soul Slabs has great compilation always, and I have all of them. I have 1, 2, 3, and now this is 4, and it has all their artists, not all their artists, but a lot of their artists are on here. Their singles are on here, and it's a great introduction to Coal Mine Records. If you are Kaiser Chief as well. If you're not interested in this label's out of Loveland, Ohio, and they sort of they push a lot of really great new artists who take a lot of their inspiration from the old soul and blues and jazzy kind of bands. Not absolute jazz, but soul jazz, and straight up soul, and just really good old stuff. But they're newer artists. They're not brand new. Some of them, Kelly Finnegan from Monophonics, Delvon Lamar, Organ Trio, Orgone, The Sinceres, wonderful band. Aaron Fraser, who's from Duran Jones and Indications. Harlem Gospel Travelers, really great, interesting band. Let's see, but also on here a band that I did not know anything about, Dr. Bionic, soul jazz jam band, and I'm telling you, instrumental, just fabulous. And they have a song on here called Expert Witness, and I said, who is this? And I had asked Alex from Beer and Vinyl, did you know about this group, Dr. Bionic? And he goes, yeah. And I go, oh my God, I got to get something by them. And I finally did. I got a record called Tune In. And it is nice. It's just soul jazz, all instrumental, and just all originals. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is on Chieftain Records. And if you like funky soul jazz, just nice background music, almost makes you think of black exploitation films in a way, pick this up. You will really enjoy this. Or anything by Dr. Bionic. They have quite a few releases. I think about 8 or 9 releases. But this is my cherry popping on this one. And I only listened to it once, but I want to listen to it some more. So maybe I could talk more about this group in maybe a feature video once I hear more records of theirs. But Dr. Bionic, catch them. I never heard anybody talk about this group, but they should be talked about. I'm telling you, smoking band, really good. And if they ever come to town, I'm going. No, it says deep, hard-hitting analog instrumentals for your psyche, for fans of soul jazz, organic groove, and timeless music on opaque yellow wax. Don't care about the variant, but I care about the music. My God, really good. Definitely a smoking. This is definitely a winner. And another winner, I talked about this on, I think it's on the Wax stream this week. I brought this up when I came up on panel on Thursday. John Cleary from New Orleans. Piano player and singer and composer. Incredible. This is called the Bywater Sessions. It just came out. Pick this up. And this album, it really, it's produced by John Porter and John Cleary, recorded live at the Funk headquarters in New Orleans, on Well Kept Secret Records, and it's definitely a well kept secret, but no more, because the secret's out. These guys, this is so good. This record really pays homage to traditional New Orleans style soul and soul jazz kind of stuff. Mostly soul. They do a song called "Just Kiss My Baby," which you can hear, the Meters do, and the different bands like that. But there's so many great songs on here. Just amazing stuff. Absolutely love it. Some original stuff from John Cleary, like Boneyard. But yeah, the guy can sing his butt off. I mean, he's British, but he's a New Orleans native now, and been for many, many years. And he's the guy right in the center there, John Cleary. Yeah. And he was in the TV show. He did some cameos. He played himself in the HBO show called Treme, which is all about post Katrina New Orleans, what happened after all that stuff happened, and how people were trying to get back to normal, and it was almost impossible to do so. It was a very good series, 4 seasons, I think. So, but yeah, John Cleary, the Bywater Sessions. That's it right there. That's what I've been listening to, guys, and this is on my list. I pulled a bunch of stuff that I want to listen to. This I got at my record store day a few years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I only listened to it a couple times, but I want to really give it a good listen. Soul singer Betty Harris from New Orleans as well. This is called The Lost Queen of New Orleans Soul on Soul Jazz Records. Yeah. Got songs like Ride Your Pony, There's a Break in the Road, Mean Man, I'm Gonna Get Ya, Trouble with My Lover, Hook, Line, and Sinker. I mean, great titles, right? Yeah, she's kind of like Irma Thomas, but a little bit more excitable. She's a little more hardcore, a little harsher. It reminds me more of like a Ruth Brown or something like that. Betty Harris. I had never heard of her until I picked up this record, and they said, "Yeah, Betty Harris." I'm like, what do I not know? Yeah, 17 songs written, produced by Allen Toussaint, featuring the Meters, all originally recorded in New Orleans. From 64 to 69, limited edition. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen this around. Maybe you even have it, who knows. Another record that I had gotten on Record Store Day, this was an exclusive, but I finally listened to it, and they come up with some really good ones. This is the Talking Heads at Northern Studios, November 17th, 1977. Live at WCOZ in 77. So they were youngins when they did this record. They did this recording, not the record, but this recording. But now it's out on vinyl. Yeah, and it's got 8 songs on it, featuring things like Don't Worry About the Government, Take Me to the River, Big Country, Stay Hungry, Thank You for Sending Me an Angel, Psycho Killer, Hold Up, Who Is It? Yeah, it's good stuff. Double disc. So I finally listened to this. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's the Talking Heads. What's not to enjoy, right? I did listen to this, but I'm going to listen to it again. I pulled it out because I want to listen to it again. So I only listened to it once or twice, so I'm gonna delve into that again. Another one I had gotten from Record Store Day about maybe 6 years ago, maybe. Having a Party, Jonathan Richman. I don't even know what this sounds like anymore. I think I only listened to it once. So it's out on my list to listen to this week. So I'll tell you about it later. Having a Party, Jonathan Richman. Yeah. I saw him once here in Florida. I didn't know who he was. I just went to the show because it was one of our fundraisers for WMNF, and I just wanted to make an appearance and stuff. And it has songs like "When She Kisses Me," "She Doesn't Laugh at My Jokes." I remember that song, and "At Night," and many, many more. So, yeah. So I kind of got into him, and I said, you know what, I'm going to check it out. So check it out again. I'm going to listen to it again. Otherwise, if I'm not listening to this, I'm going to sell it. But I'm going to listen to it. All right. Another record. This is an old record that I found somewhere. I don't know where I found it, but I never listened to it. But it was intriguing to me. Stephen Stills, Manassas, Down the Road. And this has Joe Lala on here, who I know who that is. Chris Hillman's on this. Dallas Taylor, Fuzzy Samuel. Joe Walsh is on here, I believe. Yeah. Bobby Whitlock. Sidney George, Charlie Crimes, Pat Arnold, Jerry Aiello on organ. And I don't know anything about this record. This is from 1973. And the cover's not in great condition. But I'll be listening to this week. I'm really interested in checking this out. Stephen Stills always a good listen, his records. This was a Record Store Day for several years ago. I think I might have listened to it once, but maybe not even the whole thing. This is The Sound of Philadelphia, but live. A lot of people picked this one up when it came out. It's a nice story there. It's got some pictures. And it's The Sound of Philadelphia live in San Francisco, 1973. And Golden Gate Groove. That's why San Francisco Golden Gate. Get it? This one has Freddy's Dead by MFSB, If You Don't Know Me by Now, and The Love I Lost, Harold Melvin, The Blue Notes, Me and Mrs. Jones, and East by Billy Paul, The Sound of Philadelphia by MFSB. Don Cornelius introduces everyone, so the guy, the host of Soul Train, he opens the show. 3 Degrees do other songs other than what you typically hear from them. I Didn't Know and Dirty Old Man. Harold Melvin and Blue Notes do another song called I Miss You, which I love. That's a great song. The OJs are in side D. It's a double record, but the final side has the OJs doing the whole side. They do Backstabbers, When the World's at Peace, Sunshine, and they finish off with Love Train. Executive produced by Kenneth Gamble and Leon Huff, who wrote majority of the songs for the big hits for the Sound of Philadelphia artists, and just incredible. It's not a comp, but I guess it's a live comp, but it's not even a comp. It's a concert record. So that's what I'm going to be listening to this coming week. Even though I'm going to be really busy, but at night I can just throw stuff on and get some work done around the house, that kind of thing. And I think that's enough. That's all you need to hear and know about what's happening this weekend. I know there's a record show happening tomorrow in Tampa, on West Lemon Street in Tampa, at the Sons of Italy, I think. I forget where it is, but I might go check it out tomorrow. I don't think I really need that much to buy right now. I have so much to listen to. But I'm looking for some Earth, Wind, and Fire records that I don't have. I guess what I'm trying to do is complete some things. So I'm going to just I'm going to have very specific. I'm going to put the blinders on and only look at specific things. And if I don't find it, I'll just say, okay. I'm not going to just go crazy like I usually do. I've got to be careful because I have a car payment now. I gotta watch the finances. So I'm only going with some specific things in mind, and probably Donny Hathaway, which I probably won't find anywhere. So that's it. Keep listening to great music, and have a great weekend. Tell me what you've been listening to, and if you haven't done so, either like and subscribe. Again, in the comment section, tell me things that you might be listening to right now, or things that you have listened to in the past week. Or I don't know. You might tell me about things that I don't even know about. So I hope you enjoyed looking at these records. I enjoyed listening to them, and I enjoy the idea of listening to some of those in the future. So keep listening to great music, and I'll see you soon.